Well, promise made and promise being kept, though it is a process. And to shed more light on what this means for the economy, we have joined virtually the Minister of State for Youth Development, Ayodele Olawande. And also with me in the studio is the President, National Commercial Tricycle and Motorcycle Owners and Riders Association of Nigeria, Sani Hassan. Thank you for coming on the program.
Thank you very much.
Okay, let me start with you. Okay, great. Let me start with you, Honorable Minister. On 1st of October, we saw the launch of 2,000 tricycles, and just 7 days after, that is exactly a week, we are seeing a portal being launched, and I've had statements from you saying it's not about connection, it's not about who you know, and it's not about tipping one or two people to be a beneficiary. Tell us how this portal is going to be working in terms of transparency, and is it about just allocation? What's the criteria? Is it spread across the 6 geopolitical zones? Tell us more about it.
Thank you very much. I'll go straight to your question. And like we know, we're Nigerian, that people want things to even work the way they think it should not work or the way they think it should work. It depends on the perspective. And we make this clear too. I've seen, even in 1 hour, you will see 50,000, 80,000 people on the portal and all that. And I made it clear when we're launching the portal that it is for the former informal youth, those that are in line with the tricycle, that are working with the Association of the Tricycle. That is why we work in an hand with the CNG. They're just to pilot and see that, okay, it's youth and those that need it, not an empowerment, not for those of you that you are in office, you're getting a little thing and you think you need to get the tricycle again. So the tricycle is for the former youth, that everybody will not go to school, everybody will not have the time to get this English done and all that. But we have those people who are down there. And what the objective of a tricycle is to lessen the transport fare, not for anybody. And what we are saying is this: we want to achieve that objective so that the common man on the streets will feel the effect of the CNG. And again, like this gas station is not everywhere right now. Where it's a process, like you said. It's and we're working towards a process. Those places that they can have them. I know that Kogi, Ekiti, Abuja, we're going to Kwara. Those that have a gas station will get it right. But between now and December, the PCNG initiatives are working very hard just to see how we are going to partner with everybody. So here to go to the portal, we have the owner, we have a rider, the association working hands in hand to make sure that those that get it and those that do not get it, the most important thing is that those that need it and those that will make use of it, not just for political saying, not the regular ones that, okay, you put up a tricycle, anybody can just come and take it and go and sell it or do whatever he likes with it or put it in the house looking for someone to give. No. And that is why even myself and the MD of the PCNG, we both put ourselves together and go to their office. We don't ask them to come to our office first. We go to their office. We want to share the view. We want to see how they can come up with their own idea. All of us are putting this together so that we'll make it a successful one. So the portal is opened for those that are in this business, not just to register and said you want to get a CNG tricycle. Those that knows what they've been doing with it before. They call them, I think, thank God, they're online. They call them the owners or the rider. They have 2 sets of them.
I have their leader. I have their leader actually in the studio. Well, it's good to know. Let me hold your thought at this point. It's good to know you're not just sitting in your office and receiving some of the suggestions on how to go about it, talking about strategies for effective implementation. But you're going to these people, you are consulting with them. Part of the consultations, I want to know, Nigerians also want to know, first of all, access to this portal. We're talking about internal penetration. We're talking about people who need this thing, and some of them, sorry to say, might not be able to read or write or have access to the internet. Have you considered those ones? Are you factoring that? And like you said earlier on, already you're receiving, the portal is open, and you're already receiving a request in hundreds, and we have 2,000. Though you said it's a pilot. Is there a plan for expansion?
A lot of plan for expansion, because the CNG is not just, even the 2000 we are talking about is just a pilot. Just, we must just start something must just happen. Find the hardship and everything is, but how can we just put an end to this solution? So it will not come up in a day. So there's a process, and for those, like you said, and that is why we said we are consulting, we are together with the associations, and whatever they see, however they want to do it, however we want to do it, from our side, their side, we put hands in hands together. Those that they cannot even ascertain the pilots, that is why the association is there. So we give room for those that can and those that cannot, so that everything will work hand in hand.
Oh, okay, great. The president of the beneficiary is actually in the studio, but before I get to engage him, I want to ask you this last question before I give you some leave, then to come back to you. Yes, you've also established the fact that this is a business and it should be handled as business. It's not some sort of palliatives. It's not for free. What are the strategies for repayment? I understand it's going to be a revolving scheme. Have strategies in your consultations? Have you mapped out how this is going to work, so that there would be beneficiaries should get to know firsthand?
Yes, I've also tried as much as possible not to discuss that to length out on the media, because everything you want to know, in as much you're qualified and all that, strategy to get it, but the major strategy to get this done, because like we said, it's not just something that you will take off and no, it's the initiative, the body is partnering with the private company so that we can also do it quick and make it work. So the first strategy is working with the right people that need it, that will make use of it. And it is two things. The reason why we make it so important that the tricycle owners associations are much involved in this is because they know who and who that is driving this. They know who and who that is involved in this. They know those people that can make it happen. And they know those people, and that's the second one, that if using CNG tricycle and you are spending a low cost to fill up the gas, then your price must reduce. Those are the two major reasons. Not that, okay, because you are using CNG and the hospital is using PN and you really need that drive on this CNG tricycle. Those two is very important. We, for them to get the payment, for the owners and the rider to be satisfied. And we don't only have a prepared stuff for the owners only. We also have for the riders. Even if you cannot get the CNG for yourself and you are a rider, there's also another package for you. So everything is being listed. We are working with the association. The association will give us the right thing and the right time. We put up our own. The PCNG body put their own. The youth body put their own, because we want to assure and we want to make sure that it is working for the youth in the informal sector. So that's
great.
That's what I was
Okay, great.
Mr.
Minister, thank you for the insight at this time. And I want to also say the implementation is what we are looking for, to effective implementation. You mentioned it, that if as a beneficiary you have to reduce your cost, your charge to people that are going to be patronizing you, talking about commuters. We have it in the automobile sector where we have people who have benefited from this free conversion, but yet they are still charging as though they are using PMS. But that's an issue. We'll come back to it. Let me get to engage Sani Hassan, who is the president of the group of beneficiaries. Alhaji Sani, you've heard from the minister, the initiative. He said you've been consulting. First of all, tell me, what does this mean for your association members at this time?
Viewers, good morning. We are very much happy and appreciating the effort of His Excellency, the President and Commander of the Armed Forces of Nigerian Republic, Alhaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu, through the Minister of Youth. Actually, we are highly promoted. In the history of transport, we never see a time where a minister visited our office, coming down to our office to meet us one-on-one, that showing that we are important, we are the stakeholders. We have to appreciate that gesture given to us. Mr. Minister, we really appreciate you are an action minister, not just minister by name or sitting in the office. He is the action minister and he stands by his word. So the association has a structure whereby we have from the national, we have the state, we have the local government, we have the unit. So these members will be nominated or screened from the unit to the local government level and to the state for final approval that these are the numbers of people from Kano, from Borno, from Sokoto, from Lagos, from any of the states that will benefit. By having those names screened, the state will stand, the local government, the unit will stand as the guarantor 1, the local government will also stand as the guarantor 2. Finally, the state will give their own guarantee, then the national will endorse it. These are the numbers of people we recommend and we endorse and we guarantee that giving them the tricycle, they will use it and we will refer back to the government.
Okay, Alhaji Hassan, now you've given us insight about the repayment plan and the checks and balances to ensure that this repayment is done. Before repayment, it is when someone benefits. What are the strategies for beneficiaries to benefit, for people in your business to benefit? Yes, there's a portal that is open. People will be applying from all over the country. There's a possibility that your members in Abuja who are connected or who are closer to the seat of power, who are very exposed, might want to make the largest number of applications for it. So what is the criteria for beneficiaries? How are you picking these beneficiaries? Is it per state? Is it per geographical location? Is it per population? Is it per the number of membership per state? What's the strategy?
So what we are doing now, the very day the portal was launched, we have already communicated to all our state chapters, local government chapters, and unit leaders that this is what is happening. Currently, quickly go and mobilize our members, talk to them, give them the code, let them apply. Even if you don't have the smartphone that you can use to operate, any other member within the community can as well help you to be registering your members so that you can send it and forward it to the portal. But at the same time, this issue you asked last, that is it going to be on the population or just rampant, anyone that you take first, he will be the one to take all. No, that one will still go back to the ministry or to the ordinary minister, because if it is what that is going to go per state, maybe if it is 50 per state or if it is 20 per state, so we may have one state that have registered maybe 500 at once. So the other one that have only 50. So that one, it is between the ministry and the presidential initiative and our association. We can sit down and see how it is going to go as
Alhaji Tanko. Now that the minister is here with us and Nigerians are also watching and listening, there is no need for us to wait till you go back to the minister. The minister is here. He can just tell us a little bit about this criteria, just quickly, before we free you up.
Answer the question very well. And I also, one of those things that we are trying to do is that we are giving it back to them. I've been saying these times without number that we even want, and it's not going to be on CNG only. It's going to come in other forms, even in every other areas, even in NURTWs and that, because I found out that there is a gap, and that is why you see a lot of people, a lot of agitation, a lot of discussions and all that against the government. And there is a gap, there is a serious gap between the government and those that are in the street, and which we are determined to close up in whatever area we can close it up. Fine, we will do the digital aspect. Fine, we will do the office, the ministry aspect. But come to the level, to the street, to forget about it. So clear out, we put all those working and three and we are going to go back. If there are things that we should do, and are ugly, we will do. If there are things that we should do as regards the portal, or in, for example, there's some state that for now the gas station is not there, and we have some that the gas station is there. We focus on those states. I think we have like 12 or 8 now, going to 12, that we are going to focus on, and we are going to make sure between them, this is going to you. These are those people that, let's put it together, print it out, have the database down. The three teams will sit down together and analyze this and sort it out and make sure that it's going to them directly and those that need it. So it's not about any rocket science. No, even outside, even with the portal, when anybody opens a website and the portal, there's always a back end. So we'll go to the back end and make sure the things work and work for the benefit of those that really need it. When it comes to people that you want to empower, national assembly, you want to do this, state assembly, you want to do all those things, we'll get to that. But there is active. We want to put down the hardship. We want to try as much as possible, make sure that the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR says it and he does it. And we can't do that with ourselves. We need to cooperate with those that need it. So we'll go back to the back end and make sure that things are done rightly.
Okay, great. Honorable Minister Olawande, thank you for sharing this thoughts with us and the progress being made. We are going to be knocking at your door to ensure that we follow up to get to know the progress so far. Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us at this particular point in time. And quickly, Alhaji Sani Hassan, yes, you had the progress from the minister. I want to hear from you. At the end of the day, though it's a process, but at the end of the day, how would you ensure that the beneficiaries are going to cut their cost, talking about their charges for the passengers?
It's very simple, because the tricycle is branded. It's like one in town. When you see it, you know this is the government tricycle provided by the federal government. So you can easily identify it. Our members are ready. By what they told us, the government told us that if you are buying 1 liter of petrol, maybe at the rate of 1,000 or 1,200 naira. So this CNG will only cost you 200 or 300 naira. So it will work for the same with 1 liter of petrol that will cost you 1,001 or 1,200 naira. So if you look at it, you may have reduction of 800 naira or 700 naira. So you as a beneficiary, in return, you have to do something. We will make you to cut the price of, if you are charging from 1 point to 0.2, 200 naira, we'll make you to reduce it to 100 naira or 150, because you are making a lot of profit through this assisted CNG given to you.
Okay, Hassan Sani, President, Commercial Tricycle and Automobile Owners Association of Nigeria. Thank you for being here at this point.